Hello everyone, welcome back to Spirit Island. I thought, why not? I don't know if I'm really going to make it through, I really doubt I'm going to make it through all the Jagged Earth spirits when tabletop games take so long, but I do want to play around with some of them. As I mentioned in a recent video, I already played a game as Stone's Unyielding Defiance off camera, which was fun, seemed strong. This game, I think, Many Minds Move was one, is interesting, but it feels a lot like it's very focused on beasts again as well, so I don't think I want to do that right after a Sharp Fangs game. Instead, I want to try out this Shroud of Silent Mist thing. Its playstyle is like, I don't know, it really likes moving presence around, sort of. I don't know. So I looked through its like special rules and stuff, and it seems like difficult. I haven't looked at its starting cards, but it seems fun. I don't know. It's high complexity and it's new to me, so I'm sure I'll have some trouble. I will play Jagged Earth, and you know, I mean, like, we managed. Oh wait, really? England 3 is only 6 difficulty? I thought it was 7. Okay, well we'll try England 4. Which is hard. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. But I recently crushed a 7 difficulty game, so I think this is worth a try. England just is so intimidating to me. I'm so scared of them. Anyway, so let's say 1 player and then start game. Yeah. So, okay, God, England puts down so much shit. They put down another town and another city at level 2, right? Okay. So we're going to want to get to this before it gets out of hand. What's my setup rule? 1 in the highest numbered wetland and 1 in the highest numbered mountains. How do you... When you're holding 2 things in your hand, how do you put down one of them? It's not just like... Ah, okay, I guess that does it. All right. So that's my setup done. Now the initial explore is jungle, right? Get in place, you weirdo. My understanding from my innate powers really want me to have presence inland with invaders. So I'm a little bummed that I didn't get any of that, but I guess it makes sense. It would have been quite lucky if I had somehow gotten presence here, but okay. So let's look first at the board. We get to pick 1, and our presence options are interesting. We can either add 2 presence in lands we already have presence, or we can add 1 at distance 3, which is anywhere, provided it's a mountain or a wetlands. So you can see it's sort of impossible to add presence to sands or jungle directly. The only way to get there is by moving. And then once you've moved, of course, you can add more with the 0 range if you want. Our reclaim comes with a power card. Okay. Presence track, it mentions in the playstyle that you're quite low on energy. And your special rules are one way that you generate more. So once per turn, when you gain a power card without fire on it, gain 1 energy. Gather power from the cool and dark. When targeting a land with a power... Oh, right, this is the other way that you can move presence around. So when targeting a land with a power, you may gather 1 of your presence into the target or an adjacent land. This can enable you to meet range and targeting requirements. So I believe what that means is... Suppose that we had a power that was like range 0. I could aim it here if I wanted, even though I don't have presence here, because as part of aiming, I could say I'll gather a presence here, and now it suddenly is legal to target. Likewise, if I had range 1 here, I could accomplish that by moving my presence here. Okay. its mists shift and flow. Slow and silent death. Invaders and Dahan in your lands don't heal damage. So you just are sort of like gradually choking them out, just dealing damage a bit at a time, I guess, to knock things over. An interesting style, to be sure. During time passes... this is more... This is still part of Slow and Silent Death. During time passes, 1 fear, maximum 5, per land of yours with damaged invaders. And then per 3 lands that you have, you get with damaged invaders, you gain 1 energy as well. So obviously there are only like 7 lands on this board, so it'll be a while before we can start getting that to go off. But it would certainly be nice. The spirit board mentions that our real power is the fear that we get from Slow and Silent Death. Okay, and my innates. Range 0, both of them. And they're both all about air and water, but they also like moon. Lost in the Swirling Haze, I guess, is about pushing Dahan out of my lands, mostly. So that they can heal, or pushing explorers out. I'm not sure exactly why yet. Obviously, pushing explorers in general is nice, but why is this important to this spirit? I'm not sure. Okay, and my power cards? We have... They're not... I would have thought they would be kind of cheap, given that we don't get much energy. But I only have 1-0. Okay. Flowing and Silent Form darts by. Range 0. 2 fear if invaders are present. When presence would be destroyed, its owner may push it instead. And then some stuff that only matters for co-op games. Unnerving Pall. 1 fear at range 0 with invaders. Up to 3 damaged invaders do not participate in Ravage. Or you can defend 1 per presence you have in target land when this power is used. So I think that what that's saying is after you use this, you might end up moving some presence, but that doesn't change the defend amount. But I think that pulling your presence to enable you to target would still count, right? Let's look at the FAQ for this. Unnerving Pall. Unnerving Pall, where is the... Here it is. When do you choose... No, they didn't ask this question. Okay, well, fair enough. I guess I'll just rule it the way that makes sense to me. When this power is used, I guess that means after it's been targeted, right? Sure. Alright, Dissolving Vapors. This is my expensive, my major. 1 fear, 1 damage to each invader. Okay, yes, I can see why that's powerful. Because we tend to let invaders accumulate and slowly damage them. Should be good against England, you would think. And 1 damage to each Dahan as well. Okay. The Fog closes in. For each adjacent land with your presence, 1 damage to a different invader. Push 2 Dahan. Okay, so this is kind of a cheaper... version of this. Okay. So if I could get up to 2 card plays, which I assume I want to do, I could start hitting innates, right? I'd really like, I guess, to get into... Maybe into this jungle so I can start doing something about it? And so I think I could afford to just double add presence as my growth option, right? And that would let me play 2 cards, but also move a presence on every. So the actions here are actions you may take during growth if you want. Just like Reclaim 1 is an example that was in the base game, but all of them are like that. It's you may once during each growth do that. On the other hand, if I take double growth and don't take this as one of them, I won't be able to move a presence 1. I see. Okay. I think I want double presence to get me up to 2 cards and 1 energy so I can play it. I could just take 1 presence and gain a power card without fire and thereby gain more energy. But I want to make sure I can actually hit my innates, I assume. So let's take these growth options and put my presence here. Sure, why not? Okay. And then I gain 1 energy. I play my 0 cost and something for 1. This one seems pretty good, right? Because I think I can wipe out the jungle that way. Because it'll be 2 damage plus my innate, which is also doing 1. Now, there's a downside to that, which is that there won't be any lands with damaged invaders, and so I won't gain fear for it. I could choose to do less damage here and leave the town alive and plan to destroy it next turn. Yeah, I could push this Dahan in here, maybe? Am I pushing Dahan? Is that a thing that's happening? Yeah. So I could choose to leave this town alive, push a Dahan in there, and then defend next turn to prevent the Dahan from being killed. Seems interesting. That way I get a little bit of extra fear. Okay. Let's go for it, I guess. We're playing this one. This is the cheap one. Okay, it costs 1. Now, fast actions. I will use Flowing and Silent Forms Dart by targeting this jungle and gather this presence as, or what does it say? Yeah, gather one of your presence into the target or an adjacent land. Okay, so now it is legal to target there. And there are invaders present, so I gain 2 fear. I have no other fast powers, so we move on to Blighted Island, which does not occur. Oh, hang on, I should add another blight. This event is, remember, the first one is just discarded. I mean, this would have been nice. Yeah, it would have been strictly good, right? We would do 1 damage here, which is great, because we're going to move in here and stop them from healing. And we would also have added another fear as well. Darn. Okay. Now, fear cards. There are... Oh, I should have moved this. There are no fear cards. Now they build in jungles. Don't get me wrong, I would love to get here to do something about this. But I don't think I can do much. Well... If I could get presence in there... I could... If I get presence in there and damage it fast... I could make the town not participate in Ravage. Then the Dahan would strike back and kill just the invader. Could be okay. Or if I could somehow get 2 presence in there, I could defend 2. That would obviously be better, but that's a little bit hard to believe, isn't it? Well, maybe with moving a presence 1 I could do that somehow? No, because I have to add my presence first. Maybe I could. No, because it's a jungle. It seems hard. Maybe I could do it. Okay, so we're now on to exploring, which happens in wetlands. Hang on. I put a town down here, which should have been a city. I forgot they were going to build before I got to do anything here. I thought I was going to somehow wipe this whole land out. I thought I was doing everything fast. I don't know what I thought was going to happen. Okay. Well, that's more exciting. Sure. And I did add explorers to wetlands, right? Yes. Oh man, and they have England as well, so I would really love to completely wipe this land if I could, but it seems very unlikely, obviously. So I have slow powers. How much damage can I do here? I feel like I could actually wipe this if I let this just go. The idea would be to use Lost in the Swirling Haze to target... Oh, let me do this actually. I'll push that one in. No, it doesn't. It's the same. No, it's not. Yeah, I need it like this because I can then gather this presence here to pull the Dahan in, and also have 3 adjacent presence. And then I could do 1 damage to 3 different invaders in here. Then additionally deal 1 damage to wipe out the town. And then what's my defend about? Defend 1 per presence you have. I could gather 1 more in there and defend 2, and that would take out the city. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so I'll use this innate on the right first. Targeting... I do have an air and 2 water, yeah, okay. Target this land and pull this presence in as I go. Push the Dahan here. Oh. I see. I guess I don't need to push the Dahan in yet, right? So hang on, put that back, and that. Do just 2 damage to the town and the city. Right? Or the town and the explorer? Yeah, the town and the explorer. So, okay. So I'll play this. There are 2 adjacent lands with my presence. So I do 1 damage to this, and I destroy this. Then I use this innate to move presence here and push Dahan there. Now he doesn't get pushed out, see? And finally, I use my leftmost innate to do 1 damage, wiping out the town. Sadly, that means there won't be any damaged invaders here. But I think I have to do that because I'm not planning to destroy anything fast in here. And I need there to only be 3 attacking stuff. Yeah. Well, no, I could defend 3. Because I could just dump a bunch of extra presence in here when I play this. So I could do my damage to the city instead, leaving both of these damaged. Oh, but can I defend 5? No. But what I could do, I think, is leave the town unharmed. Sorry, destroy the town, but leave the explorer undamaged, right? When I did 2 damage to different invaders, I chose the town and the city, like so. Hello? How is it, like, flipping over wrong? Okay. Anyway, so now when I do 1 additional damage, I target the town. And I get a fear for that. Okay. This is getting a little bit complicated, but I think clearing out this jungle is going to be well worth it. Because I don't think it'll cancel the high immigration build as well. And then when they attack for 4, I can defend 3. It's a little bit awkward. What am I looking for? My special rules. During time passes, 1 fear per land of yours with damage invaders. There is 1 such. Time passes. Excuse me? That's damage. Don't try to mess with me. Or did I damage it again? No. I did a damage to each of these, then I blew up the town. Am I missing something? The explorer is going to live the way that I'm playing this, which is okay. He's not going to do... Oh, but he's going to let the build happen. Fuck. What do I do about that? I don't know if I can. I chose to do less damage in here in order to pull the Dahan in. Because the Dahan's going to do more damage. I don't think I can do 3 damage and get a Dahan in here. Hang on, this should be... No. So I did 1 damage to each of these, and I did 1 damage to the town, and that was it. Okay. I guess I just won't be using the time passes button, because all it does is heal damage, which is like something I should not be doing. Well, I mean, destroying the city is pretty good. Maybe I could get another Dahan in there? Probably not fast, right? Alright. Now, what does another water do for me? It gets me close to this. The thing is, I kind of want a power card. Right? 2 more presents is not ideal for me. Because then all I could do would be just play this, which has no water at all. I have a moon and an air. And just picking up any 0 cost would be really useful. I think I should probably do that. The thing that really bugs me is that I'm going to have to use this to just add presence at range 1. I'm going to have to put it here. Oh well. So give me the power card. This has water, which is nice. Oh, it's in a defend 5. That's nice. And it's cheap. I love all of that. Drought. Okay, it's good against England. But it has fire, and also, like, I can't use it for a while. Rouse the trees and stones also has fire and is a little awkward. Gnawing root biters. Push towns. I think I'll just take Sap Strength Multitudes. It has decent elements and it's super cheap, and it has a thing I need to do in general. So now this means I don't necessarily need my elements, my presence to go into that land. I can put it, say, here. Although they're about to ravage here, so maybe not. Well, I mean, defend 5 is actually enough. But if I defend 5 here, I can't defend 3 here. I could make the city not participate in Ravage, I guess? And then the Explorer would just bonk himself into the Dahan. Could I activate any innates that way? I would have a water, an air, and a moon. I can't get a second air element yet. But I could take Move a Presence as my second, Wait, does that do anything? No. Well, I see. If I take Move a Presence 1 as my growth option, then give me an energy for gaining a non-fire card, and then I guess I'll gain this energy now for my growth, or for my presence tracks. So if I could get 2 more energy in here, 2 more presence, I could use this to defend instead of not participate, and that let me kill the city instead of killing the Explorer, which would be nice. I think. Maybe it wouldn't be that great, because then there's fewer damaged things. Yeah, I think I'd rather just, I don't know, kill the Explorer and damage the city some more. Fine. But anyway, I get 2 damage instead of 1 that way. And they're going to build a town here no matter what I do. So I can just keep strangling the city and start working on the town. And I could get 2 presence here by adding a presence here to defend with my growth option, moving a presence here with my presence option, and then pulling a 3rd one in here when targeting. Then I could defend 3 and keep everything sort of under control in here. So I think that's what I want to do. I want to take this and put it here. Hang on. Oh, turn on the invader UI? Yeah, they're building in wetlands now, but they won't because this one's diseased. Okay. So now I'm going to move a presence as my 2nd growth step. I guess I'll take this one. And I will play Unnerving Paul and Sap the Strength of Multitudes. Wait a minute. They're not ravaging here yet. They're only building. Ah! I could pull my presence into here and defend this land and blow it up. That's fantastic. Okay, that's at least as good. I mean, it means I don't have like damage stuff here, but they're not ravaging here, so that sort of is immaterial. It was never going to work anyway. Okay, I think I'm done. Oh no, I have to pay for my powers. Okay. Now I play Sap the Strength of Multitudes to defend 5 here, moving my presence to make the targeting legal. And I play Unnerving Paul. Poor Paul, he's got to be so unnerved. To pull presence in here, and then defend 3 with a single fear? Yes. That's all my fast powers. And I don't have any slow ones, because I didn't manage to get the right elements. Okay. Reasonable progress, I think. Blighted Island, no. Events, yes. On each board, add a blight to a land with a building. Spirits may prevent this by paying X energy per board, where X is the number of cards in the invader discard. Well, that's 0. I will choose to prevent that. Gradual corruption has not happened yet. Fatalities rise. In each land with disease... Oh no, I wish I still had presence here, because it's not going to work. Oh my god, this is an insane event card. So we add we deal 1 damage to each invader, but we don't remove the disease because this didn't kill any invaders. I wish I had presence here, of course, so that this wouldn't heal, but what can you do? Now, each spirit may add 1 Dahan to one of its lands with Dahan. I choose this one. Are you kidding me? What an insane thing to be able to do. Now they actually won't... oh, come on. Don't be so melodramatic. Now they actually won't be building here. Because in the Ravage, they'll kill themselves. So the high immigration won't happen. Okay, that was a great event. And we still have a fear card to resolve. Each player adds Strife in a land with presence. I could Strife this Explorer? The other thing I could do would be to Strife the city. The only effect that would have would be to prevent a Dahan from taking damage this turn, which is damage he won't be healing. So there is some advantage to doing it. So I forget, does Strife mean they don't participate in Ravage? It doesn't. It doesn't. It just means they deal 0 damage, right? Strife. Tell me about Strife. Strife. Representative, okay. It's added to a specific invader. You choose. Each attacking invader with any number of Strife deals exactly 0 damage and removes 1 Strife. Wait, what? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Even if damage is reduced to 0, the Dahan still fight back. Yeah, of course, I knew that. So, I don't know what's more important. Strifing this guy when it seems like it won't matter very much? Like, he's going to Ravage next turn, but there's going to be a town there, and so, like, defend 1... Like, I don't know. Doesn't seem to do very much. I'll be able to muster up defend 2 if I can muster defend 1, so I think I'll just prevent this Dahan from getting damaged, because it seems like it'll be a while before he gets healed. So let's, Strife is 6? Let's just Strife up the city. Ooh, I missed. Oh, it fell off the world. Okay. There we go. I might need that Dahan's health, who knows, and this guy being Strifed doesn't seem that important. So, resolve invader actions. They ravage in the jungles. They do 0 damage here, and we get a fear. Here, they do 0 damage, but they take 4 back, clearing all this out. And we get 2 more fear. Sadly, there are now no lands with damage to buildings, so I won't be able to do anything with that. Then they build in wetlands. That's here, and here they just remove the disease. And explore 2 mountains. All right. So the high migration in jungle is going to affect this, but it's not a huge issue yet. I have 0 slow powers because I have no dang elements. So I will just hit time passes here. In this case, we actually do want everything to heal. Or at any rate, that's the legal action. It would be really nice if I could somehow, like, fast destroy this town, but I doubt that's very likely. Like, even if I look through my deck... Yeah. I'm kind of thinking... Oh, I could destroy this town, actually. I think I should reclaim, rather than trying to do something with this. And then I can play Sap the Strength of Multitudes again, here, defending this land and letting the Dahan blow up the town, and then this won't be affected by the England's high immigration build. So let's do that. And gain a power card. I choose a minor again. I'm still broke. It says water and moon, which is nice. And it does, like, reasonably okay stuff. This has water, but also fire. Okay, I don't care that much about beasts, I don't think. Well, that's the pinkest blood I've ever seen. Song of Sanctity has water. Pushes explorers? I don't know. Doesn't seem that amazing. This has fire. I don't really want it that much. Target land not... What is that? Not... I can't tell... I guess that's a wetlands? The color is not... It's a little washed out, and you can't read the lettering very well either. Okay, so I think I want Uncanny Melting. It doesn't do that much, but it has good elements, and that's sort of enough. I guess I could look for 0 costs, but none of them cost 0. Okay. And I gain an energy for taking a non-fire thing. We should have checked, by the way, during our growth phase, whether there was anything damaged, but there wasn't, and we knew that, so... Alright, we don't get to add any more presence, but we do gain 1 energy from our presence track, and we get to move a presence by 1. Where do I want to do that? Good question. So I really would like to play Sap the Strength of Multitudes here. Am I going to be able to push... Oh, Hunter pushed slow, right. Huh. Sadly, now that all my presence is concentrated here, I don't have that many adjacent lands that I can do stuff with. But I could just... If I let this blight, it's removing my presence, which I don't like very much. So I could play this to just move my presence instead and get pretty good elements out of it. Huh. I really need more cards. So this costs 0. I guess I could play Dissolving Vapors at this point if I wanted, right? And I would have 2 water and 1 air. Does that get me anything? Yeah, I get to push a Dahan. I think Flowing in Silent Form is just like kind of better. I wish I had a second air. Sap the Strength of Multitudes is good. It's just like not quite as much as I might have liked. Oh well. I think it's worth it to get the big defend out. Oh right, and I'm moving some presence somewhere. Gonna go here, I guess. Yeah, this seems like an okay turn. Nothing amazing. Fast powers. Both of these are fast. This is a defend 5 here. And this generates 2 fear, and I'll use a reminder token to remember that I don't have to lose my presence when this blights. Right, I do have to move my presence while I'm targeting that. And I may, if I like, move this presence as well while targeting this. I don't need a Sacred Site at the moment. But I can move. Let's see. Gather into target or an adjacent land. So if I wanted to, for example, I could do this. That would be legal. And it seems like I kind of like to spread presence out, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I want to concentrate it. Let's actually just put it here to help me deal with this in the future. All right. Oh, the high immigration build comes before the ravage, so they are in fact building here. I forgot this. Oh well, not the end of the world. So in that case, I might consider not actually destroying everything. Yeah. Just get some stuff damaged so it can stick around. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm done with fast powers. So, invaders. Oh, I do have a fear card still. I forgot that already. Blighted Island, nothing. Event. Still in level 1. If you have any earned fear cards, discard 2 of them now. Wow. That's disgusting. Alright. It wasn't going to do anything anyway. Take that. See if I care. Hopefully we get strong token effects then. On each board, add beasts to a land adjacent to beasts, then destroy Dahan in a land with beasts? I can avoid that. I'll just add a beast, here. Beasts are what? 7. And unlucky, I can't destroy a Dahan. Okay. When invaders ravage, if the land has both Dahan and presence, defend 5. Well, okay. Doesn't really seem to matter very much. So that event didn't really do much. I mean, I don't know. It just added a beast. I'll take it. That's the event discard. Overconfidence. Ugh, just evil. Fear cards. I don't have any. Invader actions. They build. England builds here because, recall, England 1 says invader build actions affect lands without invaders if they are adjacent to at least 2 buildings before the build, and there are 2 buildings here. Now, they ravage in wetlands. I will choose to do 1 damage to each of these rather than destroy the town. And then here, they do blight, but I get to push my presence instead of losing it, and I'll put it here. Not totally sure if that's great, but whatever. Finally, they build, well, not finally. Next, they build in mountains, so that's some towns coming in. And then finally, they explore in jungle, escalating first. I can choose where they escalate. In either of these 2 lands, I could make them build a town. I guess I choose the one they're not about to ravage in, the one they're going to build in instead, and hope to start hitting good innates to take this stuff down a peg. Okay. And then they explore to... Hey. They explore to jungles. Sadly, this building coming in means this jungle is not safe. Ugh. Alright, slow powers. I do have some. 1, I think, right? I have a moon, an air, and 2 water, which is just enough to push a Dahan at range 0. They're going to be ravaging in mountains next. So I think getting a second Dahan in here is probably good. And I do have to leave the presence here because I needed it for the targeting. Okay, and then in time passes, I do gain 1 fear for this. And I won't press time passes because it would heal the invaders, which is the incorrect thing to do. I'll just gain a fear. Double check that I remembered that rule correctly. Yeah, 1 fear per land with damaged invaders. Which is just this one. Alright, see you later, defend. I don't think this game is going well. But I guess we'll see. I probably want to add 2 presents. Let me get down 3 cards, maybe? I'll have 4 energy, so I could play 3 cards. And that should let me do some cool stuff, I assume, right? I would also have an extra moon. Dissolving vapors in the coastal wetlands seems pretty good. Probably. It does have the problem that, like, it's not giving me more lands with damaged invaders. But it is doing, like, 4 damage, right? Which is pretty cool. On the other hand, I could just target it here, and then it does 3 damage, which is almost as good. Oh, it does 4 damage. Because they're gonna... No, they're ravaging here. Yikes. There's not much I can do about the ravage, sadly. I'd like to defend here, and that should be easy with Unnerving Paul. A defend 2 is enough to wipe this place out. So that seems like an obvious play. And let me just gather up these 2 presence markers, but not place them yet. Just so I can remember that I have this moon. And is it possible I can get to 4 moon, 4 air, and 3 water? It seems unlikely. But actually it is possible. No, it's not. Not quite. To do that, the next 2 cards I play would all have to be moon, air, water. Which is like asking kind of a lot. And obviously I don't have 3 cards, or 2 cards that have that. So they're gonna ravage, adding 1 blight. I do kind of like the idea of... Oh, let's get rid of this. Of healing some blight rather than doing damage. So like uncanny melting, maybe? And I think I can probably hit level 2 of my innate, right? No, I won't have 3 air. I just don't even have enough air in my... Well, if I play everything but this, I could have 3 air, right? Would I have everything else I need? Yes. Okay, that seems like a pretty good reason to do all this. No, I gain 1 energy from my growth, yeah. Or from my presence. So I could do a lot of damage with Suffocating Shroud this way. And I get to push 1 Dahan. And then, of course, these also do something. Alright, this seems like a good play. I'm not sure the details of how it's going to work. I guess I do have to decide, because I have to figure out where I'm putting my presence to maximize this. I want Unnerving Paul here. And I don't need any more presence to do it. Where do I want the damage? Probably here? So let's just, this is sort of accounted for. Huh. I mean, I can take the damage in 2 places, actually, which would be pretty cool. Because I have, like... I have 3 effects right now that are doing 1 damage to each invader, basically. Wow. Okay. So I think I want to get 1 presence into here. And... I'll do the damage to these 3 areas, maybe? I'd like to make progress on this jungle. Because they're going to build there and have 6... I don't know. I can just plop down and defend 5 next turn and the jungle will be fine. But I'll only be doing 4 damage with the Dahan. So it would be sort of nice. Well, can I push a Dahan this turn? I mean, I can, right? Yeah, I can push 1 Dahan in a couple of ways, right? So I could get a 3rd Dahan down here. And maybe get more Dahan in here as well, once I defend this Ravage. My goodness, this is complicated. Where to put your presence. Okay, so the main lesson is that what I most want is presence in many different lands. But I can only put it down in places I have presence now. I have to move presence as I'm targeting stuff. And I want to make sure I still have at least 2 here. So I think I'll just put presence in these 2 lands. There. Now, do I have any fast powers? I have this one, Unnerving Paw, whereby I provide defense 2 in that land. And also gain a fear. No, I have to pay 4 for this. You know, I'm going to take this presence and put it here instead. That way I get to defend 3 and there's no damage to Han, which could matter. And I'm planning to pull 1 presence into this land anyway, probably. So I might as well just pull it from here. Sure. Okay, so that's this card done. And that was my only fast action, so we move on. Blighted Island. The island does not yet have too much blight, so we do events. We're in stage 2 still, right? It's healthy. On each board, choose a land with a town or a building and ravage there. Okay. Well, good thing I have a large defend down in one of them, and they were going to ravage there anyway. So this just did that a little bit faster. It doesn't really matter. Next, on each board, destroy 2 explorers among lands with beasts. Well, I have 2 lands with beasts and a total of 2 explorers in those lands, so I guess... what? Why is there like a ghost explorer under this telling me where I'm placing it? Very weird, but okay, there are really only 2. So I destroy those 2 explorers, seems good. In each land with 3 or more Dahan, do I have any such? No. Okay, fair enough. So that event was nice. It just destroyed 2 explorers for me for free. Now, we do have a fear card that we actually get this time. Each player may replace a town with 2 explorers. 1 fear per player who does. Well, that's great for me, actually. Because I'm doing damage to each invader somewhere. Oh, I choose here. Do I? It means I build a town instead of a city. And then there wouldn't be 2 buildings for adjacent stuff. But I guess there still would be, because this is going to build. And, and so they'll still be able to explore the sands no matter what I do. Yeah. Okay. So I could do it over here. There is a town at full health. And that would mean they build a town instead of a city? Which makes things a little bit easier to take out. Or I think it might be... might be better to do it in this mountains that's blighting. Because 1 damage to each invader is a lot more useful if it can hit 3 things instead of 2. I guess. And another city here, like, I don't know, it's not the end of the world, probably. I know it's England, but... Oh, that's true, they're gonna build twice here, huh? Once from high immigration and once from exploring. And escalating. So that'll be a city and then a town. Whereas if I wipe out this town, they'll build a town and then a city. So that's the same. I think I'll take this one. And I get a fear for that, it says, right? Or here. Yes. Angry mobs. They burned down the city themselves. What fools. They have bigger fish to fry. Okay. So now we build. They get a city here and a town here. And then they ravage. This does nothing. This blights. But nothing else happens. They build in jungles. And they explore, escalating in mountains. So I believe I must escalate here. I have no choice, which is fine. And then they're exploring mountains. All right, let's advance those things and resolve all my lovely slow powers, which are so complicated to choose how to target. So how many things are there to target in this wetlands? 6, right? So I think this should be the land where I use 1 damage to each invader. The others actually can only do up to 4 damage, or maybe 3 or something. So I want to target them elsewhere. So the... I have my innate... Do I want to push the Dahan out first? Or do I want to do any other pushing of Dahan? Like here, maybe? They're about to ravage in this jungle. Putting this Dahan here would be pretty nice. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll use my Lost in the Swirling Haze to push this Dahan here. And while I'm doing that, I'll move a presence here. I think that's good. I don't know, how am I going to get enough defense in here, actually? Maybe I should be pushing the presence in there so that I can play Unnerving Paul or whatever it is again. Terrifying? Unnerving, yeah. Well, I only need to defend like 2, so that should be easy enough, right? Well, I'll have to play a defend card somehow, but... I'm playing... Yeah... Well, if all I need is defend 2, I can put that in next turn. So this is fine for now. Okay, so that's my innate. Now this innate is doing 1 + 1 per adjacent land with presence, which can be pretty much everything. So that would be like... It would be 4 here. But here it could be... Here or here, it's already 3, which is enough. So... Should I be targeting mountains? Not really, because the high immigration builds are going to go off anyway, so removing the explorer doesn't matter. Alright, so I'm going to pull a presence into here, and then target this with... Ah, it is 1 extra damage that could go to a different building. That's a good point. I guess I'll blow up this town while I'm here. So I'll use my innate Suffocating Shroud. I'll do 1 damage to... the town? And then 1 damage to each invader. Like so, and gain a fear for that. That's my innate done. Let me just... I have used both innates. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna use the... I guess this poor Dahan is not actually going to get pushed like I hoped he would. Oh well. Maybe it's even better to have 2 Dahan instead of 4, because then the town will be damaged. I don't know. Could be good anyway. Maybe not, because it means they'll rebuild the city. I don't know. Could be fine. And over here, I'm going to use the vapors, dissolving vapors, to gain a fear. Well, hang on. Am I going to move any presence around? I don't think so. I think where it is fine. So Unnerving Vapors first gives me a fear. Yay, we're at level 2. And then does 1 damage to each invader. So that destroys a town. 1 fear. Destroys both explorers. Damages this city, damages this town, damages this city more. And damages, whoops, this Dahan. Finally, I use the fog closes in. in this land, I'm pretty sure. To damage both of these. Now, that's all of my powers. I can push 2 Dahan from here, but there's nowhere to do it. No Dahan to push. I could have done it here and left the explorers alive, but I like the idea of getting rid of them before something bad happens. I don't know what exactly. And I don't mind leaving something here, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I would only be doing 3 damage total if I used my weaker card to push Dahan here. And then there would still be like more buildings. Like the town I destroyed would not be destroyed. So, okay. I think we're ready for time passes, and I believe nothing on the board heals, right? Yeah, everything damaged is in lands with my presence. But we do gain 3 fear because there are 3 lands with damaged invaders. 1, 2, 3. And also, therefore, 1 energy. Amazing. The spirit seems like pretty good. Not sure what I'm doing next. I kind of like feel like I need to reclaim. Yeah, I think so. In case I change my mind, let's remember that Uncanny Melting is the 1 card that wasn't in my hand. That was in my hand if I want to like put these back. If I can't find a good plan, then I can put this stuff back. But so Rabbiting and Jungles. I feel like I want to just defend them both again, as I have done before, which is a pretty straightforward play. We do this and this. Oh, I have to gain a power card. Well, okay, I'm playing these to think through what I'm doing, maybe? But let's gain the power card first, before I, like, actually do it, of course. This has fire, which is sad, and not such great help. Moon and air is okay. I don't know how good this would be effect-wise, but maybe fine. This one is... 1 damage to each building is pretty good, actually. And so is defend 10. Okay, worth thinking about, even if it does have fire printed on it. Now this, Pull Beneath the Hungry Earth, has good elements, cost 1, but its effect is pretty good, I think. Ooh. This also has good elements. It adds disease and Badlands. We haven't seen Badlands, right? So what Badlands do, let's mouse over it and it'll tell me. Oh my god, it's completely illegible. Let's put it here. The first time each action damages invaders in a land, increase that damage by 1 per Badlands. The first time each action damages Dahan in a land, increase that damage by 1 per Badlands. So it increases damage. And we kind of are slowly choking things down 1 damage at a time, right? Now, a single action, like a power card, that deals 1 damage to each invader is only increased by a total of 1. So it's like 1 damage to each invader and then 1 extra damage. But it's still good, especially because I would be playing a lot of innates that do like 1 damage. So if we could put a Badlands somewhere that we need help dealing with, that could be very useful. Anyway, this Badlands is not real. Thriving Choke Fungus. What a name. So these both have a moon and a water and cost 1. This, like... I mean, it adds fear... And I kind of want this one because it can target jungles and wetlands, which are two lands that are kind of problematic. This one wants to target sands or wetlands, and I don't really care about sands yet. So it would be just one. I mean, 1 fear and 2 damage is pretty gross, though. I would be using it like to try finishing off this wetlands eventually. But I don't know. Would Badlands actually be good? I feel like it might not be that good. And note, by the way, that Badlands is... It doesn't increase the amount of damage that is being done. It says if any damage would be applied to any pieces, then you actually increase it by 1. So if they're attacking for 3, say, and you have a defend 2, then it's like they do 2 damage to a Dahan, as if they were attacking 4. But if you're defending 3 and they attack for 3, you block all of it and it's not increased by 1 because they didn't do any damage to a piece. Oh, this is gone. So the thing is, I'm not sure where I would put Badlands. I mean, I guess you could put it in kind of their capital over here. The place where they keep escalating, so you could take down the escalations more quickly. It's kind of cute. But if I start doing that, they'll escalate somewhere else. Because I'll be destroying other buildings on the way. Yeah. I feel like I just want 2 damage and some fear. The fact that it can't target jungles is a little bit sad, but it can still target wetlands, and that's an important land type to be targeting for the moment. And it has sort of easier targeting restrictions as well. I can use it in a different kind of land if that's convenient to me, even though I get 1 less damage from it. Okay, so let's look at what elements I need to cap off my innate. Well, I've just done my growth. I gained 1 energy for taking a power card without fire. Now I gain another for my presence tracks. And so I have 2 energy left to spend. I have 2 moon, 1 air, and 1 water. So what I'd like is something with air and water on it, ideally, to get me 1 damage, to get me level 1 of my Suffocating Shroud, and level 1 of Lost in the Swirling Haze. Do I have anything with air and water on it? I do. I have a couple cards. Do I need this? Where are they ravaging? Jungles. I'm planning to just defend all those, so that's fine. I don't need to play that yet. So it's between these two if I want those elements. The fog closes in seems insane. There is an argument for playing this card now because the moon on this is wasted at the moment. I don't want to push a Dahan into this land that's damaged. Because if I do, their 1 damage will get through the Ravage and kill that Dahan. So... Oh, but if I play this in this land, it'll just kill the Dahan outright, huh? Well, what if I just played this? Do 2 damage? Like... And add a fear to this wetlands? We have 2 fear cards coming up. Good heavens. I can't really decide between these two. It seems important, though. They're gonna build in mountains. Twice. Huh. So maybe what I should do then is work on this mountain. No, here's a thought. I can prevent this from cascade blighting. If I... They're going to build 2 towns, right? So if I do 1 damage to each invader here, then all of their towns will be... all their buildings will be damaged. And then next turn when I play... Flowing and Silent Forms dart by... No. Where is it? Oh, if I played this again, I could block it all, but I can't. I see. I don't have any more defense. So I'm hitting my innate at level 1. 1 damage to something. Well, I think I forgot maybe that I get to move a presence as well this round. I don't think it super matters, but it might help me if I needed to target a sacred site or something. At the moment, I don't really. So I don't really have a good way to stop this from blighting, except by reclaiming again, which would be pretty sad. Or do I... I guess next turn I could gain 2 presence, unlock reclaim 1, and use it to pull back my nice unnerving Paul to defend. Yeah, I like that idea. 4 cards is going to be kind of tough to play. So maybe that's a good reason to play this cheap card. Okay. So I'll pay 2 energy to play this stuff. Alright, fast powers time. So we defend 5 here, but we have to pull a presence in. I don't think I need a sacred site anywhere. So let's just do this. If I want a sacred site, I can just make one. Oh, actually, I do have air, so I don't have to pull it in if I don't want to, but it seems like a good idea anyway. Right, we want to spread out everywhere to make sure they never heal no matter where they go. And maximize our targeting flexibility. So that's that done. This one will generate 1 fear and defend... I do need to defend 2 in here, at least. You know what? I had a sacred site here, and then I pulled in here, but I see. I can't actually... I was thinking I could somehow move stuff differently to get more presence over here, but I can't really. Oh, wait, I have the ability to just move a presence. Right, as part of my growth that I already forgot about. So let's take this and pull it here. Now, when I target this power, I move in there and defend 2. And I already gained the fear for that, I believe. Yeah. Pretty sure. Okay, I'm done with fast powers. Let's flip these both to green. So it must be time for Blighted Island, which miraculously has not yet occurred. And then events. We are in stage 2. On each board with exactly 1 coastal city. Haha, I have 3 coastal cities. So I do not add any towns. In lands with disease or strife, they don't ravage. Well, that's nowhere. On each board, choose a land with towns and Dahan. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan there. Not sure about that one. If I wanted to, I could push this town, or this town, is basically what it's saying. But I could choose this land and push nothing. Alright, where am I aiming this? I'm aiming it here, right? And it's going to do 1, 2, 3, and I'll put some presents here. It'll do a 4th. Well, it doesn't matter. They're only going to have 3 buildings there. Ah, but I could push this town over. And then it would get destroyed when I use that power. Is that good or bad? The main reason that it might be bad is because it makes it harder for me to control where they escalate to. They would be escalating here, right? Presumably. Yeah. Because this would then have 4 buildings during the invader phase. And this would have only 2. I don't want that because I need... I need this to have only 3 buildings so I can protect it in the next Ravage. So, I don't push a town there. Wait, that would be illegal anyway. What am I even talking about? I can push this land, this town, or this town. I'm not pushing this one, it's getting destroyed anyway. So I could push this town, presumably into here. That's probably good. Because then my 1 damage to each invader hits more things. And this land gets wiped out. So that they rebuild a town instead of a city in high immigration. Obviously, it makes this land a little bit more precarious. Because it'll be at 5 buildings just after the Explorer. I guess it does mean that if they happen to draw wetlands, they'll escalate to here. There'll be a 5th building. And then explore here. How many stage 2 cards are left? Yeah, the next 2 are stage 2. So if this next one is wetlands, and then the one after it is sands, they'll be at 7 buildings there before I'm really ready to deal with things, and then I'll lose. That's England's loss condition. So I think it's not such a good idea. I think I should just choose to do nothing here. by choosing to target this land and then push 0. Or does it round up? No. Yeah, I think I have this land at like the right level where they're not flourishing, but there's still plenty of targets. So I want to leave it there. Okay. Fear card time. I have 2. And we're in terror level 2 now. Each player removes an explorer or a town from an inland land. Well, that's very exciting, I think. I guess this one? Do I even want to? I guess I have to. There's some, like, downside. I could remove this explorer, I guess. If I don't want to destroy any... If I want to keep all the towns here so that I get fear from them. Or I could remove this explorer so that my Dahan don't get damaged in the Ravage. But I think I'd rather remove this one so it's easier to defend this, maybe? Maybe? It's not clear that I'll have enough to defend. I don't know what cards I'll have to defend this at all. Do I have anything fast that, like, pushes the invaders or something? I don't, but I might gain one with... Well, I'm probably not gaining any power cards, right? I'm gaining 2 presence. We decided I want these 2. It might be a little tough to play 4 cards on 2 energy, huh? There is that to consider. I could play this for 0. Pull this... Well, I could use this to defend 5, actually. No, because I need to defend for a shitload with this. That's 1. And I have the cards in hand. I could play another 0 and another 1, right? Or wait. I play this for 0. This for 1. I have 1 energy left and these 3 cards. Sorry. So I couldn't actually play 4 of them, sadly. But I think getting myself to the reclaim step is still pretty good. Why am I thinking about all this now? I don't remember. It's to decide whether I want the town to be destroyed, I guess? Whether I want Dahan here to be damaged? Whether I can defend this guy. That's what I was thinking. Right. And the answer seems to be, like, definitely not. This is just going to ravage, and so I should push the Dahan out before that happens. So I shouldn't worry about this extra explorer. I should therefore remove this one. Okay. Fine. So that's done. Second fear card. Each explorer adds 2 strife in a single land not matching a ravage. Wow. That's very interesting. I guess here? I'm not sure exactly how great that is, but it means I don't have to worry about this land for a while. Or I can do just something small to it, like take out a single town or something. Okay. That was my fear cards. Now it is time for explorer or invader actions. They build in mountains, so that's a town here and here. They ravage in jungles. This is destroyed and does no damage to Dahan. Here, they lose a city for 2 fear and damage a town. And the Dahan take 1 damage. Oh, I do need to actually put presents in there. Yeah. I forgot to do that when I was aiming this. Oh, no, I don't, because I have air. I don't want presents there. Because now the Dahan will... Oh, I do, because now these guys won't heal. Okay, yeah. And then they build in mountains again. So that's another town here and a city here. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to help that poor little guy. So, I have several powers left to target. I have this. Which I believe I'm targeting on this thing, right? To make sure it's all damaged? Yeah. I can't actually get this to be 4, but I guess there's only 3 lands to damage anyway. But I should look at whether... Like, where do I want my Dahan? Because I might want to, for example, push him here and then push him here. Which means I would need to resolve the damage dealing power second, because it also has a Dahan push. And use my innate to like push the Dahan here, and then the power card to push the Dahan here, for example, if that's what I decided I want to do. I don't think this is a good place for Dahan, really. This is a probably good place for Dahan, so I'll just leave him. Yeah. Okay, so I will then target this. For each adjacent land with your presence, 1, 2, 3, 1 damage to a different invader. Hey. Get. What is wrong with you? Okay. So now these are all on 1 health, which is nice. Push a Dahan, which I can't do, and now I have my innates to target. I'm going to push this Dahan here. And if I want, I can move some presence while I'm doing that. This seems like a useful way to do it. Sure. And my last remaining innate is just deal 1 damage. Where do I want to do 1 damage? Oh, hang on, I didn't let them explore yet. Okay, let's put these back at full health, put the Dahan back here, and untap this, and that. Okay. They explore in coastal lands. Fine. So they don't escalate after all. So there is actually another guy here, and I can't quite damage him, huh? But that's like a little bit fine. It's sort of not horrible, I guess is what I would say about it. Ah. Now I actually do want the Dahan in this land. Well, it's not amazing. They kill the explorer. They're not allowed to kill the buildings because I'm making the buildings not participate in Ravage. Yeah, okay. So I think I'll do pretty much the same thing again. I'll just use this to damage all these things, but not the explorer because there's only 1, 2, 3. Lands aren't adjacent to themselves, right? There's no way. That would make pushing and gathering always optional, which is not correct. And I don't want to move any presence while doing this, I don't think. I could move this, I guess? I don't know, I'll just leave it where it is. But make it more clear there's a sacred site. And then I'll use this innate to push this Dahan here. Am I going to move any presence while doing that? I could move this here? I don't know. Seems bad. You know, if I did that in a different order... If I did that in a different order, I could have 1 more damage done to this land by the power, but then I'd have to push the Dahan out, and so it sort of comes out the same, I think. Well... Because, right, I could... As part of pushing the Dahan from here to here, I could gather presence here. Then, as part of doing the damage here, I could move the extra presence down. I think I like that, actually. So, when I push the Dahan here, I moved a presence. Oh no, that doesn't help, because now there's no presence here. Alright, forget it. I don't know, I kind of like it, because I get my presence out of here. This way the Dahan's not there anymore, which is not ideal. But I can push him here, which is fine. And I've done 1 more damage, because there were... No, I haven't. I haven't done any more damage. This is stupid. Okay. Alright, and last, my innate to do 1 damage somewhere. I really have no idea where I'm supposed to put this. How many lands have damaged things, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could make a 5th by damaging something up here. That would add more fear per turn, which seems pretty cool. And get me some progress towards having 6 such lands. Or I could blow up a building. I don't think I really want to do that. So let's damage a town here with my innate. Okay, and now we'll move to time passes, which I have to do by hand. Nothing anywhere heals. Lovely. We get, I believe, 5 fear, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fear cards. Just 5 fear, not 5 cards, obviously. And also 1 energy. Oh yeah, I forgot, I'm going to get energy from that. So maybe I can play 4 cards this way. So I do think adding 2 presence is really good, because it gets me reclaim 1. And then I'll have 3 energy, which I think I can actually maybe play 4 cards with, right? So let's say I do that, and I pull out this card and play it, right? I'll have 1 energy, 3. This gets me down to 2. And I want to play 3 cards from my hand for 2 energy. I have a 0, a 1, and a 1, right? So that seems great. So let's do that. I don't know what those cards are, but they're probably good, right? Hello, drop. There you go. Gravity was temporarily suspended. And how does this do for elements for me? I have 5 moons? Okay. 2 air and 3 water. I feel like I need more air. I keep like not having enough air. But okay, I do get to level 2 of my 2nd innate, Lost in the Swirling Haze. That's something. Yeah, this seems like a good turn. I'd have to figure out where to put my presence and possibly where to move my presence if I want. I hate that you can't zoom out while you're moving pieces. The scroll wheel like rotates the shit you're carrying. Okay. So I'm adding it range 0, and then if I want, I can move a presence. And what am I doing this turn? What are these actions? Fear and removing blight slow. This I know is adding fear and stopping a blight. This is damage and fear slow. This is fear and don't worry about your presence getting damaged. Okay, so basically I'm doing nothing. I do have, I guess, some slow damage and slow moves, which is fine. I don't need any help targeting anything, really. I do need a sacred site somewhere, but I can just make one at the time of need, whenever that is. So they're ravaging in mountains, so I probably don't want to go there. I mean, I could, because I'm playing the thing that's like, you don't lose presence when they damage, when they blight, but... You know what would be really amazing is if I could draw the event. If I drew an event that was like, resolve one of your fast power, one of your slow powers now, and then I could like clean up the blight before I get blighted island. That would be my dream. I don't know, let's put one there and one here, and then we'll just push out of this land when it gets damaged and figure out what to do then. Alright, seems good. Yeah, fast powers. So I'll use this at range 0 here. Hello? Stopped moving, there we go. So these guys all do not participate in Ravage, and I gain 2 fear. 1 fear. I already have 2 fear cards, that's nice. And when I have another fast card here, 2 fear if invaders are present, which they are. And I'll put reminder tokens here and here. So this is the one where these things don't participate, and this is the one where like, yep, they're gonna murder everything, but you can evacuate. And those are my only fast powers. So we move on to Blighted Island, which doesn't happen yet. Events, come on, give me something good. Life's balance tilts. The energies of life shift towards destruction, bringing wasting and disease to the animals of the island. Death is a part of life, but does this go too far? You may let destruction have its day. Remove a beast and add a disease. Oh, interesting. And then discard the top minor power and maybe add blight. But invaders and Dahan have less health. That would just absolutely wipe this land out. Huh. Looks like I targeted wrong, huh? Or it would also kill some Dahan, by the way, which is not great. Or fortify the resilience of life. Aided by animal. I have 1 animal, and the card in my hand is not an animal, so... Okay, so we're not going to choose that option. Oh no. But that's going to trigger 1,000 small struggles. Because there'll be 4 or more buildings for sure, right? Even if this all gets wiped. And I'm going to be losing 1, 2 Dahan. Oh, I'll still have 5. I was thinking you start with 6 and I'm losing 2, but actually I gained 1 earlier. So that would not trigger small struggles. So it's like bad, Don't get me wrong. But it does accomplish a fair amount. This blows up. These blow up. This and jungle is completely wasted. This all goes. It seems overall like, you know, all that happens is I lose 2 Dahan, and in exchange, like, insane stuff happens. What does it mean? Are they at full health, like 1 out of 1, and then... Or do they... It's very weird. Let me look up life balance tilts. Life balance tilts. Shroud Mist. What is my thing called? My spirit? Shroud of Silent Mist. Okay, so here's the FAQ entry for life balance tilts. Rules for non-standard things that happen during time passes, like slow and silent death, can be done before or after effects wearing off. I see. So what I can do then is have all the Dahan have only 1 health. Then I have that effect wear off and they go back to 2 health. And then I stop them from healing. Okay. Or wait. Slow and silent death. Maybe I'm confused. Yeah, invaders and Dahan don't heal damage. I see. So I kind of have to choose. Do I want to let everything heal or nothing heal? Sort of. This is a complicated event to resolve. So let's start by just wiping everything out that that clearly is dead. So this. Hello? This Dahan, this town, this city, town, city, explorer, city, and this town, and this town, and this explorer were all just killed by this one event. I need to put them down over here so I can count them. Hey! This is an insane amount of fear. 1, 2, 3... Is that a city or it's a town? 4, 5, 6 towns. Right? 4, 5, 6 towns and 2 cities. So that's 10 fear for all this. Okay, we have 5 fear cards stacked up. That should be exciting. Now let's actually throw all this away. Boop, there it goes. And I guess the strife as well. Now I will apply damage to everything. Just so I can track what state it's at and decide whether I want to let it heal or not. And 1,000 small struggles does not trigger. Oh, also, there aren't even 4 or more buildings. Wow. This is gone. This was from a while ago, right? Yeah. Oh, I should have... Oh no, I didn't play any defense. Okay, good. Now we start resolving fears, and they're all at level 3. Whew, this should be exciting. On each board, remove a town or replace a city with a town. Well, I don't have any towns. I could replace this city with a town, I suppose. That's the only one that has 2 health. I guess that's fine. I don't know yet exactly... Oh, wait, hang on. Did I read the... Yeah. is the bottom effect. Okay. There might be something that wants me to do something with towns, right? So it's nice to have some on the board. Each player removes an invader from a land with 2 or fewer invaders. Well, this town seems pretty good to remove. Because it's the one that's going to blight? Okay. Oh, invaders don't heal damage at the end of this turn anyway, so I can afford to let the Dahan heal. Nice. I'm going to keep this out so I remember. On each board, remove an explorer or a town from any land, or a city from a land with some token in it. A beast or a strife, do those count? No, it's all the other tokens, so I can't remove this city. Okay, so this does nothing. Each player removes an explorer or a town from any land. Yeah, I can't do that. Okay. Well, that was pretty exciting. I guess it must be invader actions now. They build in jungles, but in fact they don't. Even with England, they can't build in any jungles. That was why I removed this town. They ravage in mountains, but they don't. There's nothing there. They build in coastal lands, which is these two. This one is adjacent to 2 things. I couldn't really handle all of it. And then they explore in wetlands, and they escalate first, which must be here. Okay. So, I mean, all I really have to do is take care of the cities. Specifically this one. Well, I don't know. This town might make them build more cities, which would be a little bit annoying. Okay, so it's time for slow powers now. And what do I have? I have several. So I think I remove this blight, right? But I will move a presence here first. So I'm targeting this land. I may do so, and I still have a sacred site to target like so. So I remove this blight, and I get one fear? One fear. And I can do 2 damage in a wetlands where I have presence. And I have level 1 of my innate, is that right? Yeah, just level 1 of that innate. Level 2 of this innate, which could be interesting. Oh, hang on. I can just use my... I can use this to do damage, and use my innate to do damage, and that wipes out both of these 1 health cities, and then I win. Okay. So I tapped this to say I was planning to use it, but I haven't done it yet. I target a wetlands that I have presence in, say this one, deal 2 damage, like so, gaining for what it's worth 2 fear. Oh, and then another fear for this, the actual power effect. Then I use this innate, Suffocating Shroud, to do 1 damage here. And this town only has 1 damage remaining, so this city, rather, dies. There you go. We won a game. That was an absolutely insane fear card. Which one was it? Am I lost? Was it an event? Oh, that's right. It was the event. Let destruction have its day. Yeah, it's like deal 10 damage. No, gain 10 fear. Unbelievable. Well, there you go. A Terror level 3 victory. No cities on the board. Yeah. I mean, there you have it. It really went quite swimmingly. We didn't have any major problems. We were about to have one, but then an event came in and saved the day. It would have been a minor problem to have this blight the island here. Well, there you go. That game wrapped up a little more quickly than I thought, even at 2 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.